Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. This is MD Saiful Islam, founder of Saiful English Academy and an assistant teacher of our local high school of our Nongan district. And you are most welcome in my Saiful English Academy again, children. Hope that you are very fine and you are connected with me to watch my video classes and you watched my previous classes smartly. With the reference of my previous classes, today's class I have been present in front of with a new class named discussion about pronoun class number 5 so my dear learners, now let's take a look at the board and try to understand and in this class before starting today's class I want to declare the topic of today's class my dear learners. At first I am trying to show you about the definition of reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun with examples. Secondly, my dear learners, I am trying to show you about the position of reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun in a sentence. And finally, that means at last. I'm trying to show you what the preconditions or prerequisite to be a reflexive pronoun and an emphatic pronoun. Okay, my dear learners. Let's get started. At first, I'm trying to show you about the definition of reflexive pronoun. I know that my dear learners, you know the meanings of reflexive pronoun because I was trying to make you understand about in my previous classes. So my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. Reflexive pronoun means আত্মবাচক সর্বনাম. আত্মবাচক সর্বনাম. And if we want to define it reflexive pronoun, we can write that in this way, my dear learners. Reflexive pronoun is a pronoun when self oblique self-has are added with personal pronoun and refers to the subject and the object at the same time in a sentence. Okay, my dear learners, if we want to define it, the definition of reflexive pronoun, we can write that or we can say that, my dear learners, reflexive pronoun is a pronoun. Reflexive pronoun হলো এমন একটা pronoun বা সর্বনাম when যখন self/self-has are added with personal pronoun, অর্থাৎ that means যখন personal pronounএর সঙ্গে self অথবা self-এর যুক্ত হবে and এবং refers to বোঝানো হবে the subject and the object at the same time in a sentence. একটা বাক্যের সাবজেক্ট এবং অবজেক্ট একই ব্যক্তি বা বস্তুকে বোঝানো হবে। ইন দিস সেন্স যতগুলো ওয়ার্ড আমরা কোনো সেন্টেন্স বা বাক্যে দেখতে পাবো সবগুলোকে আমরা কি বলতে পারবো বন্ধুরা? অবশ্যই রিফ্লেক্সিভ প্রোনাউন। Hope that you have understood clearly. Now I am trying to give some example about this. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand examples. Examples of reflexive pronoun. Number one, myself. Next, our selves. Next, yourself. Next, thyself. Next, your selves. Okay, my dear learners, next we can write himself, herself, themselves, oneself, itself. Okay, my dear learners, such kinds of word we can say there such kinds of words are used in a sentence or statement as a reflexive object, a reflexive pronoun. Sorry, reflexive pronoun. But now I'm writing the full sentence. Writing the full sentence. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. Rohim killed himself. Sorry, swam, fetch himself. Then introduced, they introduced themselves to us. To us. Next, my dear learners, Karina had herself. Boys enjoyed themselves in the party. In the party. Next, my dear learners, camels adopt themselves in the desert. Deserts. Next, my dear learners, Katrina. Katrina disguised herself. Herself in the matching. Okay, my dear learners, for the better understanding of you about various kinds of reflexive pronoun, I have written some examples. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. So, in this case, in this situation, you have to mind that, my dear learners, I underlined himself, himself, themselves, herself, themselves, next, herself. Okay, my dear learners, I have writing some example to clarify about your problem. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. In this case, I am trying to clarify about precondition to be a reflexive pronoun. To be a reflexive pronoun. We may write down, sir, my dear learners, precondition. Precondition to be a reflexive pronoun. You'll have to mind that, my dear learners, there are three preconditions. There are three preconditions to be a reflexive pronoun. Not only add self or self-adjusted personal pronoun, but they must have three preconditions. Three preconditions. Number one, must be added self or bring self with personal pronoun. Personal pronoun must be added self public self is with a personal pronoun. That means personal pronoun এর সঙ্গে self অথবা self is অবশ্যই যুক্ত হতে হবে, অবশ্যই যুক্ত হতে হবে। Next, number two, precondition to be a reflexive pronoun must be used. Next condition must be used at the position of an object. That means, my dear learners, অবশ্যই অবজেক্ট যে যে অবজেক্টের পজিশন অর্থাৎ অবজেক্ট যেখানে বসে যেখানে ব্যবহার করা হয় একটা সেন্টেন্স বা বাক্যে সেখানে এদের ব্যবহার হতে হবে বা এদেরকে বসতে হবে। And number three, if we asked the verb with the home and you will get the answer. Okay, my dear learners, that means হোম দ্বারা ভার্বকে প্রশ্ন করে উত্তর পেতে হবে হোম দ্বারা ভার্বকে প্রশ্ন করে উত্তর পেতে হবে and if you get the answers with whom to the verb and get the answers instantly, you have to mind that, my dear learners, such kinds of words must be relative pronoun. Suppose take a look at the board and try to understand. Rahim killed himself. Rahim killed himself. In this sentence, himself, of course, are reflexive pronoun because himself, self here, self is added with personal pronoun. Number two, must be used at the position of an object. Position of an object. And number three, now I can ask the verb with whom. Suppose such as whom did Rohim killed? Whom did Rohim kill? And answer will be must be instantly we can get himself. That means রহিম কাকে হত্যা করলো? উত্তরটা আসতেছে বন্ধুরা অবশ্যই নিজেকে রহিম নিজেকে হত্যা করলো. In this sense, we can say that, my dear learners, himself is a reflexive pronoun. Next, number two, my dear learners, সোয়েব ফ্রেন্ড হারসেলফ। দ্যাট মিন্স সোয়েব নিজেকে বাতাস করছে। যদি আমরা প্রশ্ন করি সোয়েব কাকে বাতাস করছে, উত্তর আসবে নিজেকে। নেক্সট, নাম্বার থ্রি, দে ইন্ট্রোডিউস দেমসেলভস, তারা নিজেদেরকে পরিচয় করিয়ে দিল। এখন যদি প্রশ্ন করি বন্ধুরা, তারা কাকে পরিচয় করে দিল? নিজেদেরকে। দ্যাট মিন্স দেমসেলভস। নেক্সট নাম্বার, কারিনা হার্ট হিমসেলফ। দ্যাট মিন্স কারিনা নিজেকে আঘাত করলো। যদি আমরা হোম দ্বারা প্রশ্ন করে হোম ডিড কারিনা হার্ট, হোম ডিড কারিনা হার্ট, উত্তরটা আসবে বন্ধুরা হার্ট সেলফ। নেক্সট নাম্বার ফাইভ, বয়েজ এনজয়েড দেমসেলভস। দ্যাট মিন্স ছেলেরা নিজেদেরকে উপভোগ করলো। নাও ইফ আই আস্ক এনজয়, হোম ডিড বয়েজ এনজয়েড, answer as well, the answer will be that themselves. Next number, my dear learners, camels adapt themselves in the desert. That means উট মরুভূমিতে নিজেদেরকে মানিয়ে নেয়। এখন যদি প্রশ্ন করি বন্ধুরা, হোম ডিড ক্যামেল অ্যাডাপ্ট, অ্যান্সারটা আসবে বন্ধুরা themselves. Next, number seven, Karina disguised herself in the meeting. That means Karina meeting এ নিজেকে ছদ্মবেশ ধারণ করালো। এখন যদি প্রশ্ন করে whom did Karina disguise in a meeting, উত্তরটা আসবে অবশ্যই herself. Okay, my dear learners, and such kinds of words himself, and themselves, herself, etc. words must be formed self and self with personal pronoun. Next number must be used at the position of an object, and number three precondition to be a reflexive pronoun whom. If we ask with whom to the verb, we may get the answers. In this sense, we can see that, my dear learners, such kinds of words, of course, are reflexive pronoun. Next number, my dear learners, now I am trying to show you about definition of an emphatic pronoun. Defi- Definition of emphatic pronoun. Of course, you know that, my dear learners, the meanings of emphatic pronoun. Emphatic pronoun means জোর আরোপকারী সর্বনাম. জোর আরোপকারী সর্বনাম. If we want to define it, the definition of an emphatic pronoun, we can write that in this way. Emphatic pronoun is a pronoun when self-selves are added with personal pronoun and and replaced after a noun or a pronoun. Noun or a pronoun to to emphasize emphasize in a sentence. Okay, my dear learners, if we define it an emphatic pronoun, we can say that, my dear learners, emphatic pronoun is a pronoun. Emphatic pronoun হলো এমন একটা pronoun when যখন self oblique selves are added with personal pronoun, যখন personal pronoun এর সঙ্গে ব্যক্তিবাচক সর্বনামের সঙ্গে এরা যুক্ত হবে and এবং replaced এরা ব্যবহৃত হবে বসবে after পরে a noun or a pronoun, একটা noun অথবা pronoun এর পরে. That means before verb to emphasize in a sentence, অর্থাৎ জোর প্রদান করার জন্য. To emphasize means জোর প্রদান করার জন্য একটা সেন্টেন্স বা বাক্যে এরা ব্যবহার হবে. Okay, my dear learners, of that you have understood clearly. Now I am trying to show you free condition to be an emphatic pronoun. Emphatic pronoun. Okay, my dear learners, we'll have to mind that, my dear learners, there are two preconditions to be an emphatic pronoun. That means emphatic pronoun হওয়ার জন্য শর্ত হতে হবে দুইটা. শর্ত হতে হবে কয়টা বন্ধুরা? দুইটা. Number one, must be formed with self oblique selves with personal pronoun. That means অবশ্যই সেলফ পার্সোনাল প্রোনাউনের সঙ্গে সেলফ অথবা সেলফের যুক্ত হয়ে গঠিত হতে হবে. নেক্সট প্রিকন্ডিশন, মাই ডিয়ার লার্নার্স, মাস্ট বি রিপ্লেসড বিফোর আ verb. That means after a noun or a pronoun. Okay, my dear learners. Number one, precondition to be an emphatic pronoun. Number one, my dear learners, must be formed with self-public self with a personal pronoun. That means personal pronoun এর সঙ্গে অবশ্যই self অথবা self এর যুক্ত হয়ে গঠিত হতে হবে। Number one, my dear learners, number two must be replaced before a verb that means after a noun or a pronoun. অর্থাৎ বন্ধুরা ভার্বের পূর্বে বসতে হবে, অর্থাৎ ভার্বের পূর্বে বসবে। এক কথায় আমরা বলতে পারি, we can say that noun অথবা pronoun, অর্থাৎ কোনো সাবজেক্টের পরে এরা বসতে পারে, সাবজেক্টের পরে এরা বসতে পারে। Of that you have understood clearly. Now I am trying to give some examples about emphatic pronoun. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. I myself went there. Underline myself. They themselves did the work. Rohim himself did the sum. Next, number four, Karina herself made me last week. Next, Katrina herself saw the accident. Okay, my dear learners, to clarify about the problem about emphatic pronoun, I have written 5 examples, my dear learners. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. First example, I have written, my dear learners, I myself went there. That means আমি নিজেই সেখানে গিয়েছিলাম। In this sentence, myself, of course, an emphatic pronoun. Then they themselves did the work. Then they themselves did the work. That means তারা নিজেরাই কাজটি করেছিল। Number three, রহিম himself did the sum. That means রহিম নিজেই অঙ্কটি করেছিল। Next, Karina herself met me last week. That means Karina গত সপ্তাহে নিজেই আমার সঙ্গে দেখা করেছিল। And number five, Katrina herself saw the accident. That means Katrina নিজেই দুর্ঘটনাটি দেখেছিল। In this sentence, I can say you, my dear learners, myself, themselves, himself, herself, herself. Of course, an emphatic pronoun. But my question to you, my dear learners, why such kinds of words in this sentence used? Of course, an emphatic pronoun. I know that, my dear learners, you'll be able to reply my questions, but I want to add something here. My dear learners, a few minutes ago in this class, you are told about three conditions of and to be an emphatic pronoun. You are told, my dear learners, there are two free conditions. There are two free conditions. Number one must be formed self oblique self-based with personal pronoun, and number two condition must be used after noun or a pronoun. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. In this sentence, myself, themselves, himself, herself, herself. So, of course, are formed with self oblique self with personal pronoun and are replaced before noun or a pronoun in a sentence. In this sentence, in this sense, we can say that, my dear learners, this such kinds of words mixed with self oblique self is, of course, emphatic pronoun. Okay, my dear learners, hope that you have understood clearly. Now, My question to you, my dear learners, what's position of them? Position of reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun. Okay, my dear learners, I know that my dear learners will be able to reply my questions, but I want to add here, my dear learners, what is the position of reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun? We can say that, my dear learners, reflexive pronoun is replaced after a verb. After a verb, that means at the position of an object. Okay, my dear learners, hope that you have understood clearly. A reflexive pronoun is replaced after a verb. That means at the position of an object in a sentence. In a sentence. That means, my dear learners, reflexive pronoun এর অবস্থানটা হচ্ছে একটা সেন্টেন্স বা বাক্যে ভার্বের পরে। That means object যেখানে অবস্থান করে, object যেখানে অবস্থান করে. But the position of an emphatic pronoun, we can write that an emphatic pronoun is replaced before a verb. That means after a noun or a pronoun or subject in a sentence. Okay, my dear learners, we can say that, my dear learners, an emphatic pronoun is replaced. The position of an emphatic pronoun is before a verb. That means verb পূর্বে. That means অর্থাৎ after a noun or a pronoun. এক কথায় আমরা we can say that in a word, noun অথবা pronoun যেটাকে আমরা সাবজেক্ট বলি, একটা সেন্টেন্স বা বাক্যে যে ওয়ার্ডটাকে আমরা সাবজেক্ট বলি, সেই সাবজেক্টের পরে অর্থাৎ নাউন বা প্রোনাউনের পরে বসবে। And I can suggest to you, my dear learners, any words mixed with self or self-exed with personal pronoun, both are reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun. And main difference reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun is that, my dear learners, a reflexive pronoun is always replaced after a verb, but the position of an emphatic pronoun before a verb. Okay, my dear learners, hope that you have understood clearly. My dear learners, and now I can summarize today's class. In this class, my dear learners, at first I'm trying to show you about definition of reflexive pronoun with examples. Then I am trying to show you about precondition to be a reflexive pronoun, then and position of a reflexive pronoun. And then I am trying to show you, my dear learners, the definition of an emphatic pronoun. Next, position of an emphatic pronoun, and how to select emphatic pronoun and reflexive pronoun. Hope that you have understood clearly. My dear learners, I don't learn in today's class, but I want to share something with you, my dear learners. Of course, you know that, my dear learners, I'm a new teacher, teacher in YouTube channels, and though I'm Bangladeshi, but I am trying to use English conversation at the time of making my various kinds of my video classes. So, my dear learners, if you notice any faults or mistakes in the midst of my class, please excuse me and pray to all my dear learners so that I can help you, I can serve you, I can comfort you in this way through my video class throughout my life. So, my dear learners, no much to come to say again with a new argument, new class. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.